Good day, everybody. Squid Vicious here. Got another vicious video for you that I wanted to share some information with you about different things, like I do with cigar humidors and travel ones and so on and so forth. I wanted to show you this one here I just got. This is from a company called Tisfa, Tisfa. Found it on Amazon, and this is actually an acrylic humidor that has a humidifier and a hygrometer that I wanted to go ahead and show you. So I'm going to go ahead and bust this open. Just came in the other day, and I wanted to go ahead and share this with you. Comes in a bubble wrap packaging, and we're going to go ahead and see what it all comes with. So when you take this out here, it does have a plastic cover, bag, I should say. And we're going to go ahead and take that off here. And here we have a nice small desk type of humidor. Now, a lot of people have been moving to acrylic because a couple reasons. One, you don't have to season it. And second of all, it does lock in humidity very, very well, actually. We're going to go ahead and see what this one actually has. So first of all, it does have the hygrometer on the top. That's showing us at about, I think it's like a little bit over 40 or something like that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the front latch here. And what they give you inside is they give you a humidification stick, which is typically made out of foam in the middle. They do have some instructions for you. And they also give you a cedar strip so that your cigars smell nice and tasty. And they also give you a dropper to go ahead and fill up your hydro stick. So this is what they basically give you some instructions. They're telling you take it out, put a bit of distilled water in here, and keep it in there for about 12 hours. Observe the reading, and then you want to try to get it around 65 to 75%. Now, with pretty much every humidor that you have, the recommended humidity is anywhere between 65 to 75%. If it's a little over 75, it's not really to worry about. But anything that goes above 80, you should probably go ahead and open it up for a little bit just to kind of get some of the humidity out, or else your cigars will get kind of soggy and might be hard to keep lit and so forth. Um, and also the hygrometer also, they tell you it's pre-calibrated and doesn't need to be regulated, but or pre-calibrated. But we're going to go ahead, of course, and test that out with their stick that they have here. So these are instructions that you do get with this. What you could also do if you're not a big fan of using any of these sticks here, you could actually get like a Bovida pack, like a 72%. These 72%, you should have one per 25 count that your humidor holds. So this one says, I got this on Amazon actually. It says it holds about 15 to 20 cigars, of course, depending on ring gauge. So one of these would be just fine if you wanted to go that route. We're going to go ahead and see, though, what we're going to get with the humidifier stick here and see what kind of results that we get with this. Like I said, these are okay for, I would say, short term. If you do use these, that's fine. The only issues is that a lot of these will typically have foam inside here, which this one seems to have. And over time, I'm talking like maybe it could be a year or a little bit less or something. The foam can tend to get moldy. Um, and it's a good idea to go ahead and get rid of this if that does happen. And for the time being, for short term, it seems fine. What I usually do is I'll go ahead and let this soak between 15 to about 20 minutes, and then I'll put it in here, and we're going to go ahead and see whether or not the hygrometer is accurate. Like I said, if you would rather go another route, you could actually, like I said, use the 72% Bovida pack, which is just a set it, forget it kind of a deal, and have your cigars humidified in that sense. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and fill this up, and I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. I'm just going to basically going to place it in here, and then what I'll do is I'm going to close it up, and then we'll go ahead and see what the humidity is. What I'm actually going to go ahead and do also is I'm going to go ahead and get an electronic um, humidity gauge, and I'm going to put it in here also so we can go ahead and compare between the two hygrometers just to see what kind of results it will get from both of those. So whenever I'm looking at these hygrometers, like I said, I like to go ahead and put one of these digital ones in here just to kind of compare them. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and fill this. Let this stick sit. Now, I know I said usually even about 15 or 20 minutes. You really don't have to, because this is just basically foam, and you can just fill it up with that dropper, and put it in there right away. The only reason why I say that is because I'm just so used to that. Also, another reason is if you happen to have one of these sticks that have the beads in it, the beads do need time to sit and soak up water, and that usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes. But if you have one of these that have the foam in there, you really don't have to. So I let this sit in there for probably about 5, because I'm doing other stuff here. So we're going to go ahead and check our hygrometers here. We're going to set this inside this box. This one is set at 30, or says 36 on it. And the one that's built in is right here at about the 40 mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and close this up. And we're going to go ahead and let that sit. Typically, you only need to let it sit for about 12 hours because it doesn't have to be seasoned or anything. But I'm going to let it sit for 24. And we're going to go ahead and check back and see what kind of results we get with the two hygrometers. Okay, so we'll check back here in 24 hours and we'll see what we got. Okay, everybody, it's been about 24 hours, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at this acrylic cigar humidor from Tisfa, and we're going to see what kind of results that we got from the humidification. So after 24 hours, you can see that the hygrometer here is a little bit over 80%, almost 85%. And if I go ahead and open this up, we're going to take a look at the digital one. This digital one says about 91. So this really, really did do the trick as far as the hydro stick is. Now, something that humid, uh, you might want to leave this open for a little bit because that's a little bit too humid, but it did lock everything in. So one of the best things to do is, of course, um, go ahead and open this up to go ahead and let some of that humidity out. So the difference was about 5% because this was about 80, about 85, and the digital one went to about 91. And you can see it starting to go down a little bit. So this really did lock the humidity in here. So this is something you might want to keep track of if you're going to go ahead and store cigars in here, or if you don't want to use this, you can go ahead and put a 72% Boveda pack in there because those will regulate it a lot better. And go ahead and put your sticks in. So this acrylic humidor went for about 14 bucks on Amazon at the time of making this video. So like I said, what's nice about it is you don't have to season it, and it does lock in the humidity very, very well. And keep your cigars uh, nice and tasty. And like I said, be careful with some of these um, foam type of hydro sticks. Um, like I said, this one did a little bit more. But like I said, throw a Boveda pack in there and you'll probably be in good shape. So hope you all enjoyed this. It's something to kind of look into. So happy smoking to everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.